why don't you start us talking about everyone's
About
favourite mispronounced footballer, Tom Rogic?
Yeah, Big Tom deciding to retire. I believe he cited his family as a reason, something that all of us can understand. Well, assuming all of us have families, I certainly do have a family. I have young children of my own, and I can understand Tom's decision. Would I have loved to have seen him come back up the road? Of course, but that's just the romanticism of Celtic and the how much Tam was a legend for Celtic. He came, played very well, iconic player, scored some big goals. Really personified, as Gav was saying there, the love and hate relationship with Celtic. Sometimes when Rogic was on form, he was unstoppable, and other times he was unstartable. We did accuse him of having one lung at some stages, rather than two, due to his lack of fitness and how slow he was at times. But yeah, on the whole, an excellent player, an excellent servant to the club, and I'm sure share the sentiments with most Celtic fans who really appreciated him.
Here's something that Highland Paddy says. We highlighted Highland Paddy, his Twitter handle last week. Tom Rogic is retired, a player I would have paid money just to see him train. Gave me one of the greatest moments watching our club in the Invincible season. Life is bigger though, and the joy a family brings to him and his wife can't be measured. And that really is an iconic moment, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Look at the size of the feet. The rumours are size 15. I know you're thinking it's what we're sitting at 48 minutes and Brian hasn't lowered the tone yet. Is it true he's a size 15 feet? Anybody? I remember hearing he's size 15 feet. Look at the size of the man's feet. Like, again.
Like you driving it, Brian. What else?
No, I'm just saying he's big feet, big shoes, big socks.
Yeah.
No, again, a great player. I look back at the game. Remember, didn't he score 2 goals against Milan? We went 2 up. Was it? Remember under Lenny? He was the kind of player we could have done with last night, keeping the hold of the ball. Again, fantastic player. I look back at the Kilmarnock goal. That saved it. Wasn't that the goal that saved Lennon's career? Well, his managerial first time.
Yeah.
Just a great player, foot on the ball, vital goals, big game player. Basically, there's games away to Dundee or something, he would have been absolute. There we go, Gav. Lovely. Look at that. Unreal.
Stick a size 15 on that, Brian.
Size 15. There we go. I'm going to check it out. I think he is size 15.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely a scorer of very important goals and gave us loads of moments. But as Kaiser kind of alludes to there, he didn't come without his frustrations. He didn't deliver that consistently. But it's a bit churlish to sort of focus on that when you can focus on all these wonderful moments.
Well, it's a bit like me, Eda. I was just going to say, it's a bit like me, Eda. If he's got the full package, he never has the career he has at Celtic. He's off somewhere else and getting paid a lot more money at a much higher level. I saw somebody in the comments put my John Clements, transplant my Eda's lungs into Tom Rogic and get him back. Like if he had that work rate, he would have been playing at the absolute top.
Sorry guys, sorry. He's size 14. Apologies.
There you go.
14.
Well, he managed to wrap those size 14s around quite a few really important goals. But for me, look, I haven't got my own family unless you count 2 dogs, which I do, and a wife. But I've got really close friends that have been through the IVF journey, and it's a heartbreaking thing to go through. And we were there with them right through that. So for them to go through that and get out the other side with what they wanted, and we've all been critical of our board, Law, and Dermot Desmond. There's a little tip of the hat because his comments around that was really kind of heartwarming to say that they stepped in and actually, put a bit of a human side to it and helped him out there. So yeah, 30 years old, you'd expect a career to go a lot longer, but I think he's probably achieved everything he was ever going to achieve, and he's had an amazing career, both for Celtic predominantly, but also Australia. He's a legend down here, and people are really disappointed that both him and Aaron Moy have retired in such a close proximity. So yeah, just like, and I you know, there's people on Twitter that have been around 50, 60 years, and they put that moment of the treble against Aberdeen as their most you know, their most famous Celtic moment, or the thing that they remember most. So it's a pretty amazing legacy to leave. So yeah, fair play to Big Tam. Great player.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Lil Z, whose post that was on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he's only 30, he shouldn't be retiring," but you know, we
He's got a
don't
big career in
appreciate.
Finder.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's Paddy Lavery's referencing that.
He's got a big career there in Finder.
But I was going to make a point about the amount of sacrifice that these guys have to put up with. I didn't read this. I went to school with a guy who had to get shoes custom made. His feet were so big. He was size 15 or above. Said it didn't translate to his breaks though. Okay.
What's breaks? Breaks, strides.
Yeah, his pants.
The contents of his
Then he
trousers.
translate
Yeah.
to the
Strides,
big socks.
The
And
trousers.
like,
The trousers.
Yes. But as I look around the windows here of our chat, I don't think any of us have lived a life of extreme discipline and physical exertion like
How
he
dare you.
has, and sacrificing. The amount of sacrifices they have to make, it's crazy. So by the time, if you get to 30 and you've achieved all these incredible things, I mean, fair enough.
I think
Good
more
job,
than-
people.
I've only let myself go in the last 15 years. You should have seen me when I was 30.
Yeah. I think more than the lackluster days or the cold Inverness in the rain, you know, we remember those key moments and the big memories that Rogic clearly brought. Fantastic striker of the ball, fantastic finisher at times, gifted midfielder, absolute legend down under, and with the group of men and say a legend at Celtic. Certainly in the future, we'll think back on him fondly.